So in this video, I have a pair of Crocs Salehe Bembury. I've been actually waiting to get a pair of these since the beginning. I missed out on them, but folks over at Kicks World sent this pair over for review, so shout out to them. I'll get into the sponsor in a second. But real question for you guys, do these change the sneaker game here, or has the sneaker game just changed in general? We'll kind of discuss that and break that down in this video. But here we have it, man. This is the craziest looking pair of Crocs. I remember the very first images that I saw from following Salehe Bembury, and he posted these things, and they're just wild and crazy. And I couldn't wait to get my hands on a pair, but the resale prices were nuts. So I'm going to hold off and wait for prices actually to go down, or maybe they'll go down when he releases new colorways in 2022. But this is the Crocs right here. Let's go ahead and get in this video. So this video is going to be sponsored by Kicks World. If you haven't heard of Kicks World, it is an online subscription service that you can actually get sneakers from every month. They have 3 different tiers that I'll break down in the description of the video. And if you guys are interested in checking them out, use my link in the description. It will actually save you up to 51% off, depending on your tier. But basically, it's like $28, I think, something like that for your first month. Now, I know renting sneakers may not seem cool to some people, but there are a lot of use cases where I think that people can actually benefit from their service. It's a great option for you to try out sneakers for the first time. Maybe a pair of Jordans, like a pair of Air Jordan 1s, 3s, 5s, whatever. It's a good opportunity to rent them for like $28 just to see how they fit. And then also they do offer the ability to actually buy out the shoes. So if you rent it, you really like it, you don't want to send it back. Let's say I don't want to send these guys back. I can email Sloan, their representative, through the customer service, and then they'll say, hey, yeah, this is your buyout amount based on your rental, and then you could just buy it out. So there's options for that as well. But check them out in the description of the video if you guys are interested. And again, use my code to save like 51% off the first month. So back to the subject at hand. These Crocs are incredibly cool, or incredibly crazy, or incredibly terrible. Depending on which side of the fence you're on, leave a comment in the comment section. Do you guys like them? Do you guys hate them? I've personally been on Camp Crocs for the last couple of years, which is hilarious. But years before that, I was like flaming Crocs for being just hands down the ugliest things that you could put on their feet. There's something that's beautiful about putting something ugly on your feet, though, that's so incredibly comfortable and simple, yet at the same time, like, what they're developing is actually pretty smart. So Crocs has been doing a great job with collaborations here and there. We've seen some from Post Malone, Justin Bieber, like ComplexCon had one, and I'm still super mad that I missed out on the Murakami Crocs back in the day. I really, really wanted those ones. The Carrot Crocs had a release. Now they had a re-release, which I really like, with a second pair. But this is like the next level of Crocs because they allowed him to create a new mold for this. So it's a Crocs Pollex is the name of the model, but it's designed by Salehe Bembury. And the resale of these are like $500, which is nuts. I'm looking for that $200 price point. I'd be down with that on the resale market. So hopefully the prices drop tremendously. They just need to make more of them. But it's a really, really interesting looking pair of sneakers. Obviously, you could tell from the front of the shoe, you have some extra reinforcement along that big toe. It's done in sort of like that Yeezy-esque sort of fashion. You know how the heel comes up. It's like a different rubberized material instead of the sidewalls of the Yeezys. Same similar thing here. It's just more sticky and probably more durable than the Crocs Light material on the upper. But that trickles down through the middle of the ball of the foot. And then also you do have the heel pad on the back, and it also kind of goes up the heel on these Crocs as well. The inside footbed looks pretty similar to the regular Crocs, but one thing that's a little bit different, at least from the regular classic Crocs clogs, this is like tongue twister veil over here, but this part back here, you usually don't have such a high heel on it. Again, this is kind of something similar to the Yeezy Foam Runners, so kind of two different Yeezy-esque inspiration sort of vibes from this. But then you have the heel strap that kind of falls down here, and you can tighten it and loosen it. You can also change it out, which I thought was kind of cool. So you can see this is a change up of kind of the sand color. I don't know the name of this color specifically. This is a cucumber colorway of the Crocs Pollex, but I kind of like the fact that you can change the back. It gives it a little bit of a different look. Honestly, I think that the green looks better though overall, but just the idea that you can change them out is kind of cool. They're really easy to change out too. It uses that similar Crocs stuff that we're used to, basically where you put the little gibbets through on the regular Crocs. This gives you the ability to pull these out here pretty easily. The Crocs Light material that makes up the Crocs in general is a pretty nice patent. It's funny because Crocs actually started out as like a boating shoe, I believe, and then it just like morphed into something completely different. But that's kind of the way greatness sort of happens usually when you're discovering something new. But the Crocs Lite does a really good job of repelling like odor, and obviously it doesn't retain water. Just the material in general is pretty good, but it's also really comfortable. So it's nice and squishy and soft, but it's not too soft and it's not too firm. All in all, like, it's just a unique experience, and you get used to it after you buy your first pair of Crocs. And then after that, you're like, okay, like I dig it. I get why people do this. Nurses and doctors and stuff, hospitality industry folks love Crocs from a decade ago, and now here we are with a collab from Salehe Bembury. So back to the question, do these change the sneaker game? I do think that Crocs really has changed things quite a bit, especially during the pandemic times. I feel like Crocs sales probably went through the roof because you could wear these around the house, to the park, like to the mailbox, like just all around. Like, it's an indoor shoe that you could wear, and it's a comfortable one at that. Even though they're not like stylish by like normal standards, they are kind of stylish. It's kind of like the reverse effect of what's stylish. It's almost like a pug. Like, pugs are super cute, but then they're also like super ugly. I don't know. That's like a pug. This is my pug. And I do have a pug still. She's down here sleeping, for those wondering. Chloe's just an old lady now. But rest in peace to Lola. We lost Lola this last year. But anyway, they're so super ugly that they're actually kind of dope. And then now, like, I'm like, yeah, the Crocs, they're dope. Like, I have a bunch of them. And this is definitely one that I was really interested in trying out. For the most part, it's going to turn a lot of heads when you wear these because they're just so different and weird. Some people are going to love them. Some people are going to hate them. And having that strong of a reaction to something on your feet is probably a good thing in the long run, maybe a bad thing. I guess depends on who you are. All in all, I like what is happening here. I feel like there's a lot of cool things that could happen. So it feels like Crocs are more generally accepted nowadays. So the sneaker game kind of has shifted quite a bit. You have the Yeezy slides and the foam runners that everybody absolutely hated when they first came out, and now, of course, they're quite sought after for both of those models as well. So I do feel like the sneaker game has changed a bit as well. Along with something like these. I feel like this side of comfort sneakers really has moved the needle forward a little bit because, again, that fashionable sort of side of things, which honestly we would have never probably guessed it would have happened with Crocs like 10 or 12 years ago, but now here we are. And yeah, and I can't wait for the next time they actually release these things. So hopefully we can score a pair, all of us that are interested, for retail whenever they end up dropping again. But leave a comment, let me know what you guys think about the Crocs Pollex from Salehe Bembury, and appreciate it. If you guys want to check out Kicks World again, check the link in the description. It'll save you like 51% off of your first month once again. And hopefully you guys have a good rest of the day. Hopefully we'll see you back for some more videos. And if you guys, again, like, drop a like on the video. Have a good one, though. Peace, guys.